Hi, I'm Serenity. So I'm the girl half of this person here. Um, Probably the biggest difference between me and my boy side, I don't complain about much. Um, I'm really, really concerned about my grades. I'm a professional student before anything else. I like people, but I also like really hanging out by myself, and so I'm a little bit more introverted than he is. I would consider myself cis and heterosexual, and not nearly as sexual as he is either. I don't know, like, my boyfriend could attest to this, but when I'm in girl mode, I enjoy being with him, but not in a, like, I don't want to, have sexy time with him exactly. Not in the same way that Oz does, which I'm sure he would also say is obnoxious. But, to each his own. I am really, as I said, I'm a devoted student, and I'm also very committed to something. When I start something, I'm willing to see it through to the end. Even if it turns out I don't like it as much, I'm willing to put in work to do things. I'm not as likely to argue with people, except in an academic sense. So in class, I like to debate a lot. Usually end up taking a sort of controversial standpoint on things just because I enjoy playing devil's advocate. And it's in class that I really am the most vocal. But then here at the apartment, for example, if my roommates do something that I don't really like, I'm more likely than not to not say anything about it. I also feel like I'm quite a bit less sassy than he is. Because I don't like conflict, I don't like to say things that are going to upset people, which I feel as though he has yet to learn. When I met my boyfriend, I was in boy mode. I never would have gone out on a limb to flirt with him or anything like that. And so I think it's very funny because he knows now that the one he fell in love with was Oz. And I just think that's really funny because he does identify as a straight man, but the one that he actually fell for was a boy. His feelings about us are very conflicted because I know, for example, that Oz is very staunch about the idea of transitioning, whereas my boyfriend is not so much on that bandwagon. I personally don't really have any strong feelings about it one way or the other because I don't really care about being a girl. Like, I'm not inherently unhappy the way he is, but I'm not I just don't have any feelings about it. It just is what it is as far as I'm concerned, and I don't worry about it that much. And so in that sense, I feel like he almost has more of a right to say what happens with that than I do, just because I don't care and he cares quite a bit. So yeah, so that's basically my interpretation of being bigender from my side of things. Um, I'm sure that Austin will have quite a bit to say on the subject as well. And it will be fairly obvious when you meet him that we are very, very different people, even though we look the same. It's kind of like being identical twins, I think. Being bigender, that's what I would liken it to. Hey, okay, so I'm the better half, just saying. I'm Austin, and yeah, so, okay. A couple of things that Serenity said that I just want to, like, tackle right off the bat. As far as transitioning is concerned, yeah, I suffer very, very horribly from dysphoria for, like, two reasons, basically. My main reason is just because, I have breasts. And like, I'm sorry, but boys don't have boobs, and I don't like them at all. I don't find them aesthetically pleasing. I think that on some people in some outfits, like on girls, it looks fine, but I have no interest in having them. I have no interest in like anything to do with them. And so it's really awful to actually have them. Although this new binder that I have works pretty well, so I don't know, I'm pretty satisfied with how it looks. I don't know, what do you think? Like, that looks pretty flat, right? I don't know, like, it's difficult because as she said, I do like clothes and I do like makeup and I do like fashion just in general. Like, I suppose that's rather stereotypical, but I don't know. I just really enjoy those things. I love going shopping, and I just feel like the other thing that causes me a large sense of dysphoria, besides just like physically the way that I look, is that I don't feel comfortable presenting as a boy when I dress that way, because I just feel like nobody will take it seriously, because I'm only 5, like 2.5. I would say 3, but I'm not 5'3". So yeah, but I don't know, like when I dress that way, I just feel like nobody would believe it, so I feel like I have to play dress up and dress like a girl, or I mean like a boy, like in boys' clothes, just so that I can have some ounce of respect from people and like have them at least think maybe that's a guy. I don't know. Because for some reason right now, I'm working through this stage where it's more important to me that people think I'm a guy than that I dress and look the way that I want to. And it's really sad, and I don't like it. And that's part of the reason why I really, really, really would be interested in getting top surgery, if nothing else. Because I don't mind being pretty. Like, I enjoy being pretty, but I want to be a pretty boy, not a pretty girl, because I'm not a girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just really frustrating because I can't look and dress and act the way that I want and still have people see me as a guy. So either I have the personality and the look that I want, or I have the gender that I want. And I don't know, but for right now, the one that's more important to me is gender, just because it's not something that I've ever tried to work with before. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Like next year for college, I applied to do gender neutral housing, and unless I go abroad, I'm gonna be living there. And I signed up with male pronouns, but because like Serenity doesn't care, and I care quite a bit. So as she said. So I thought, it's only fair that I get to try it. But the only thing is, though, is that, like, my name. Like, this is something that Serenity just needs to calm down about, okay? Like, yeah, it might be more difficult for people to remember, like, which name. But at the same time, I think it's fairly obvious whether it's me or her you're talking to. And so I just don't think it's hard to remember 2 names. And so she's got this thing where it's like, well, instead of using, like, your name, let's use Ren, because that's like a boy version, like a boy name that comes out of Serenity, and it all makes sense. And I'm like, excuse me, my name is not Ren. My name is definitely Austin, and I don't appreciate you, like, naming me. What is wrong with you? Like, I didn't tell people what to call you. Why you gotta tell people what to call me? So, I don't know. That's something that is irritating about her. But, it's whatever. I've, like, told a couple of people to call me that, and my boyfriend is so good about calling me that. Like, I've gotten him to call me, like, male pronouns and call me by my name, and it's really cute, and I like him very much. So, Sashi, thank you. I think the biggest thing that scares her about this whole situation is just that people are going to think we're crazy, or she's crazy, because, I don't know. Like, it does seem like split personality disorder, and perhaps it is. Perhaps it is. But if it is split personality disorder, hers is the, like, split part. Mine's the normal part. I definitely am boisterous and outgoing. I love going to parties. I love hanging out with people. I love doing wildly crazy things. And I love to go clubbing on Fridays. When I go to the club on gay night, I want to dance with the guys. I mean, boyfriend aside, I just want to have fun and dance with the guys because that's, like, fun, and I'm gay and they're gay, and there's just something about that that's, like, really fun. Well, and I want them to think I'm cute, and everybody wants to be found attractive by the people that they find attractive, so I don't know. But when I go to Necto, I always feel like it's the girls who end up hitting on me because they just presume that I'm a lesbian. And not that there's anything wrong with being a lesbian, but I'm not, and it's really hard for me to explain that. And so, like, when you're at a club, you don't really have, like, you don't really want to stand there explaining yourself to people. You'd rather them just, like, see what you are, and I feel like that's hard for me to do. I feel like that song from Mulan, Reflection, you know, like I just wish that not only could I see what I want to see in the mirror, but that other people could see what I want them to see too. And I just wish that people could see that sometimes I'm not Serenity, sometimes I'm me. I just want to be validated because it's something that she doesn't have to experience that I do, that in all seriousness is very depressing, is that for her, she has her life handed to her. You know, people automatically know who she is. I feel sometimes that, not that I'm not real, but that I don't get to be as real as she does because I don't have the automatic physical body to go with who I am. Neither of us is more dominant than the other. I mean, it is like she said, like identical twins. Like we are identical twins. And I just hate the fact that I'm the one who wants to go do things. Like she would be content to sit in a house and never leave and like invite people over occasionally. But I want to go do things, and I want to go do things. I don't want to just experience them through her. I want to go do things. And it's really, really frustrating that I feel like I can't do that. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm the boy half. I'm Austin, and I guess I'm going to end this video. Yeah. So I'm just going to say, if you're bigender and you feel as though, and you're the half that's not the cis half, I would love to meet you. So just drop me a comment or leave a video response, and I would love to chat about the absolute horribleness that is not having your physical self realized, because it sucks. So yeah, I look forward to that, and take care.